This is the Franchise Basketball Insider, presented by Massengale Eye Care, Oklahoma City's leading eye care provider since 1989. Call 631-2020.
Greetings, Thunder fans. We are a short time away from Game 4 of this best-of-7 Western Conference Final Series, with Oklahoma City given the chance to take a 3-1 lead with a victory over the world champion Warriors later tonight. On this edition of the Franchise Basketball Insider, we hear from Kevin Durant, then we switched over to Warriors practice, where we hear from Draymond Green and Steph Curry.
How do you avoid the distraction around the Draymond situation?
I don't think it's a distraction. You still got to play the game. And, nobody was talking about it today. Nobody really didn't care. We're just going to play. I didn't even think something we should be talking about. They're not going to suspend Draymond Green. He's one of the premier players in the league and arguably one of the best teams in the history of the game. They're not going to suspend him. I didn't really think about it. I knew the league was going to, let him play or fine him or I think upgrade him to a flagrant 2. We all knew that was going to happen. That's just, the league is about business, man. So I get it. There's no hard feelings, and we're not upset about it. It's just how it goes.
Do you kind of prefer to play the full-strength Warriors?
Man, whoever's in uniform, I can't control that. Whoever's in uniform, I'm looking forward to going out there and playing. So, like I said, I didn't think twice about Draymond Green not playing. He's Draymond Green. They're not going to suspend him. The league is not going to leave it up to them. It's just like I said, it's business. We know that.
Didn't end up in a suspension as well, but how does that make you feel?
That is a great question.
Relieved at all?
That is a great statement.
Are you looking forward to tonight's Game 4?
I am. It's an exciting game. I'm down 2-1. We've been here before, and we know what it takes to win a game of this magnitude on the road. And so, obviously, different foe. Completely different team who's playing well. But that doesn't change what we do. We have to come out and focus on us. And I think when we focus on us, as opposed to worry about what anybody else got going on, that's when we're at our best. So tonight it's about us.
This was a lot of media scrutiny. How did you absorb that moment?
Which moment?
The past day and a half.
I lived my regular everyday life.
When you talked to the NBA, did they ask, was it presenting your case, or were they just asking you questions?
Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant are two amazing players that we need to stop tonight. Dion Waiters really got it going in this series, so we need to key in on him too.
Is there any concern by the team or just extra effort to keep him just not in line, but just straight and ready?
Nah, if anybody sees anything where he's maybe getting distracted, you step in, but knowing him and the urgency of the moment and what's at stake, I think everybody will be locked in on what we need to do and what you individually need to do to help our team win.
This was a lot of media scrutiny, and it's hard. Did you take a moment to chat with him? Would you take a moment to chat with him before the game, just talk to him as a teammate, as a friend?
We're big on comic relief around here, so I joked with him in the locker room before a shoot-around. Told him all the guys on TV that said it was a bad decision and yada, yada, yada. But he understands, and kind of just being around him and shoot around today, that he's able to play and he's got to take advantage of the moment, and that's all that matters. No other chatter matters. Doesn't matter what anybody says outside of our locker room. So we have to just lock in and focus on that.
He's kind of at his best when he's playing with that emotional chip on his shoulder, so this is kind of opposite of that. It's kind of a fine line for him.
He'll still have emotion and edge and that fire, but hopefully, it'll be directed at all about winning. That's it. It's like I said, there's no time really for anything else to take precedence for us, knowing that this is pretty much a must-win situation.
Yeah, we're understanding of the situation. Obviously, we accept the league's ruling. Draymond's going to have to be very careful. One flagrant one, he's going to be suspended. But this is kind of what we expected. and now we move on.
Does that affect the way he plays? He has to be careful like that?
Draymond's just he's got to understand the circumstances, which he does, and I'm sure he'll be fine.
Did you actually speak to the league, or was it other?
I did not. So we're going to move on from that. There's nothing else to talk about with that. So who else has a question about tonight?
Coach, how do you like any lineup adjustments or rotation adjustments?
I would definitely not tell you if I were going to.
You understand I have to ask.
You have to ask, but I might as well just tell Billy, right? So I'm not going to talk about any of that.
But Billy said he would tell us 20 minutes later after his pregame press conference. Kind of your plan too, something like that.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, we'll get together. Maybe we'll have a combined press conference, and Billy and I can share strategies with all of you.
Steve, you addressed this yesterday, but just having been in this situation before, how much of a help is that for you guys?
It helps. It helps. The fact that we had this experience twice last year, being down 2-1 on the road and needing a win to get home court back, definitely helps. It doesn't guarantee anything, but I'm very confident that we will play a much better game tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Steve, you've got a coaching switch going on at the same time. Is it easy for you to compartmentalize that? Are there plenty of hours in the day to get that aside, or do you ever feel like that's a little bit?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's only so many times you can watch the tape, and that tape in particular. So. No, we had a productive day yesterday, both preparing for tonight and doing a little work on the assistant coaching front.
All the busyness, yesterday, you were able to talk to Silas?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Where do you think that your small ball lineup struggled with in particular in last game?
All of the above. Did you list anything, or did I just jump to conclusions? We just got our butt whipped up and down the lineups. We had maybe one good stretch in the entire game when we fell down 13 early and came back and tied it up. Our second group came in and did a good job, but we didn't do a good job for about 38 minutes, so that includes a small lineup, every lineup.
You've talked before about the way your players channel their anger and play more intelligently after losses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
today.
I think we'll be focused. I think we'll play a much more intelligent game. I think we know what we're up against. Obviously a very good team and talented team that took us apart last game. So we've got to correct a lot of things, and I'm confident that we will.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Franchise Basketball Insider. We get our pregame coverage started at 6 o'clock with DG on the radio, live from Flint Restaurant at the Colcourt Hotel downtown. That's followed by a countdown to tip-off at 7 o'clock as Desmond Mason and John Rohde will join me to give you everything you need to know about tonight's Game 4 matchup, Oklahoma City and Golden State. Thanks for watching the Franchise Basketball Insider on Oklahoma's new sound for sports, 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City and 107.9 The Franchise in Tulsa.